There's so much love in this room here today. Thank you for being here. It makes a difference that you are here. And over the last 6 weeks, your cards, your flowers, the food, your well wishes, and acts of kindness have really helped. Heather, Spencer, and Jake, I invite you to look around at all the friends and family here today. And while we gather here to celebrate your dad, there's another reason as well. They're all here to support you. And while they cannot take the pain away, they could shoulder it just to make it a little easier. While you need to travel the path of grieving, healing, and rebuilding, everyone here can make this journey just a little smoother. Mike was very courageous during his illness, and the vulnerability that he showed and demonstrated brought strength to himself and to those around him. He asked for help when needed. He accepted help when offered, and he communicated what would make him feel better. He made requests. As you can see, our friends and family only wanted to be there for him and were only too happy to accommodate. The same people here today are there for you as well. Just let them know what you need. Reach out and make requests. I remember very clearly the day that I met Mike. His dark, silky hair and his brilliant blue eyes and gorgeous smile caught my eye immediately. But what caught my attention was his humor, his wit, and the way he spoke of his family. Mike spoke with pride and love when he talked about his mom and his dad, his sisters, his aunts, his uncles, his cousins, and his nieces. It was clear that Mike was a family man and that he saw himself being a dad in his future. We got married a very short time later, had a few years to find our way together. And when we learned we were expecting, I was scared. Mike was thrilled. When Heather was born, he took her 5-pound little body in his arm. And with the nurses chasing after him, he walked out into the hall to show my dad and his family waiting in the wings. This was his daughter. And he was the proudest man on earth to call himself a dad. And the thrill was no less when Spencer and Jake were born. There are seers, teachers, and healers in this world, and Mike was a seer and a teacher. As a seer, he brought clarity. He spoke the truth. If Mike felt the receiver would benefit, whether they knew it or not at the time, he would say what needed to be said, even if it was hard to hear. And more often than not, a call or a visit would arise sometime later with the resounding thank you for telling me what I needed to hear. You were right. He loved that. You were right. Mike demonstrated his teaching through coaching kids, as you can see by all the kids here today. So phenomenal. Thank you guys for coming. He recruited for attitude, and he developed the skill. He taught sportsmanship, camaraderie, and excellence. He was a tough but fair coach. His teams always competed well, and at the end of the season, Mike would acknowledge each team player for their unique contribution. The team wanted to do well for him, but also for themselves. Traditions create a sense of family and home, and for our 7B family, you're all here, it was music and food smoking out of the green egg. On our block, the neighbors had a choice: embrace and join in, or batten down the hatches and hide. In the summer months, the neighbors would be sitting out on their decks enjoying the music permeating out of the house and down the street. And I would look up the road to see everyone tapping their feet in time. Option A was always the best choice. First and foremost, Mike was a dad. When the kids were little, he would rush home from work to be with them. On many occasions, our nanny would barely have started work, and Mike would open the door saying, "I'm home," and send her on her way. I'd be like, "Man, go golfing. Let her stay and do some housework." But he just wanted to be dad. We're so thankful for Bob Willis, his boss and mentor, for giving him this life-work balance. We all have challenges and perhaps struggles we face in life. In his last weeks with us here, he shared some of his insights. He got that he had been fighting his whole life to be loved and seen. What he learned is he had been loved all along. He got that it is much easier to forgive and allow love than it is to be right. He got that he made a difference in the world of others. For that, he felt accomplished. There's a song Mike would often play when he got something he couldn't see before. It's I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that blind me. It's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. Heather, Spencer, and Jake, as you move through the space of missing, loving, and remembering your dad, know that you will never get over him. Instead, integrate his passion, his wisdom, and teachings as you move forward in life. This amazing community is here to support and shoulder you. In a speech by Vera Jones, "But the blind can lead the blind," she says, "Passionately play your position no matter how bad things get. You are significant. Why we are here is not for our own glory. Ultimately, we're here to lead and serve everybody else. By doing that, we encourage others to do the same." Thank you.